I'm going to try and demonstrate some of the games to you. Obviously it'd be much easier if I was in school with a child, but hopefully we get the gist. The first game is called Splat, and I'll start off with the easy way to play it and then show you how to make it more challenging. Remember, what we're trying to do here is get the child to read the word as many times as they can, because the more they read it, the more automatic it will become, and it will become a known word. There's something that's stuck in their brain and they know it. All you need is a piece of paper with the words on. Obviously you don't have to play it on the wall, it's much easier on the table, and then you need something like a pen or a pencil so they can splat the words. And you can also see that I've picked 3 words and they all look quite different, they start with different letters. So to start with, you would say the word, get your child with their splatter to find it. If they can't find it, if they're hovering over it and they're not sure, use the prompt, what does it start with? That's a good way to try and find it. If they're still really stuck, then show them. So if I said to a child, can you find she, and they weren't sure, they might not be secure with the sh digraph, which are these 2 letters here. So then I would say, this is she. What is it? I'd get them to point to it and say she. And then I'd say, can you find another she, and another she, and another she, and another she, and you're just repeating that one again and again and again. It sounds really easy, which is what we want it to be. So the more you can get them to read it, the better. So then I would make it a bit harder and say, right, now find she, now find was. And again, if they can't find it, I would say, right, we're looking for something that starts with w for was. And if they can't find it, then just show them, that's was, and that's was, and that's was. And then you would say, right, find was, find another was, find another was. You can see actually with was, it's a really good example of how you can't sound a word out, because that would be was, doesn't make was. When they're a bit better at that and they can find it quite quickly, then the next one is for you to flip it. So you have the pointer, you're pointing to it and they're reading it. So I would just say, what's this? Get them to read it, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. If they struggle with a word as you go through, then you would focus more on that. So if they couldn't remember that that was, I would say that's was, now what's this, and what's this, and what's this, and what's this one, and what's this one. So you're practicing that over and over again. You would probably play this for 1-2 minutes, but you can see in the space of a couple of minutes they've read 20 or 30 words, which is great. I would then cut this sheet up to make some flashcards. The next game is the post game. And you can see I've got an old coffee container and turned it into a post box. You could do the same with the Pringles container, or just a jar and they have to put it in the top instead of the slit. And again, like the Splat game, to start with I will call the word and the child has to find it. So I would say find was. They have to find it from a pile on the table. They have to say it to me and then post it. So was, find me another was, and find go. Go, she, and so on until we run out of words. You'll end up with a post box full of words. That's not the end of the game, they have to deliver the letters. So what you do then is they have to empty the post box and they have to deliver the was words to the was house, and the go words to the go house, and the she words to the she house, or whatever word you're doing. And so what they're just doing is reading the word and putting them into piles. So you can see again with that game it's very quick, but within the space of a couple of minutes they've read 20-30 words again. Now you've cut these up, you've got 2 ready-made games you can play as well. So one of them is to turn all the words face down. It probably doesn't work actually, I used a permanent marker and you can see through the back. It might be better with a pencil. But assuming you can't see the words through the back, you turn them upside down and then you play the memory game where you both turn words over. They have to read the word when they turn that over, and if they're matching they get to keep the pair, and the person with the most pairs at the end is the winner. And then you can also use this to play snap. So again, the key with this is for the children to do lots of reading. So when you put a card down, they read it. When they put their card down, they read it. So again, it's just very, very quick, quite fun, but with lots and lots of repetition. Another way you can use these cards is when your child sits down to read their book, is you have these words, or the ones that they're learning, on the table in front of them, and they've got to scan through their book and see if they can find those words anywhere. And then hopefully when they read it, they won't struggle over it or need to sound it out. And if they do, you can say, right, what's that word again? Okay, and then get them to read the sentence again without any kind of sounding out or stumbling over it. The last game I'd suggest is silly sentences, and that's where they pick a word and they have to use it in a sentence. And this is really, really useful because quite often children learn a word as something standalone, but they can't always apply it within a sentence or a piece of writing. So, for example, I would pick that and I could make up a sentence that's really silly so long as it makes sense. So I could say, it was raining giraffes and zebras, and I could score a point, or we could pick the best sentence or something like that. Then they'd have to pick another one. So, she went to the moon on her bicycle. And another one. Go and do the washing up, said Mum. She stamped her feet and said no. So you can even start to build up a silly story. And again, it's just getting those children to read those words as much as possible. In my next video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to help children spell those words. I hope this has been useful. I'd love to hear some feedback, or if there's anything else you'd like to know that would be useful for parents, then please let me know and we can put out some more videos. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon. Check out my other videos of bedtime stories and don't forget to subscribe for more videos soon.